Good morning, my dear students. In my previous class, already I started poem The Schoolboy, written by William Blake. So, William Blake, famous poet, 3 stanzas I have explained. Let us see today remaining 3 stanzas, what we know about that 3 stanzas. And today 4th, 5th, 6th stanza, let us see. In this 4th one, see, poet, once again poet, he will write and want to tell what that a school boy felt regarding that school campus. What he was there in the mood at the morning with that nature, that attitude may be the state of mind is not when he is in classroom, and that he want to express. And in this 4th stanza, let us see, how can the bird that is born for joy, see, bird, sit in a cage and singing, question mark. How can that bird will sing beautifully in that nature supposed to be, but here in that cage how can it sing? If it is in what cage? How can a child when fears annoy, but to droop his tender wing, and forget his youthful spring, question mark. So, once again here he is asking question that boy, how can the bird that is born for joy? Here when children, they are what? Very much interested to play in water space, means in that water meadows, beautiful ground with that birds and animals, but how can he be happy if he is tied with what? Restrictions. So, sit in a cage and sing. Here he will compare school as a cage, means ಆ ಮಗು ಈ ಪಾಠಶಾಲೆನ ಪಂಜರ, means here that cage, ಕೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತು how can it sing? So, like that children will be sat all together sitting in classroom with so many restrictions, rules, and how can he grow freely? That he want to say. How can a child when fears annoy? Children cannot be enjoyed if they force them, keeping a lot of restriction, cannot be. They cannot be what here? Happy. So, that is what here want to say. How can a child when fear annoy? Cannot be. That fear will not make him to be happy. So, that is what here school to him, that is a place where he has to enjoy, but made him to sit like a what within four wall with lot of fear. That is the point of view to we can see the boy, but to droop his tender wing. Droop, sit, sitting continuously in one place. There must be what? Freedom, wing, nothing but here a freedom, but there is no any freedom. Sitting, make him to sit hours together, hours, then how can he will be happy and forget his youthful spring? What they should do in that age, at that age, will not be here. Forget his youthful spring, only concentrating, forcing him to study, study, study. Then how can he be what? Happy. So, that is what here in this fourth what he will say. The boy raises a number of what questions. He will ask the questions. He compares himself to a caged bird. How that bird will be sitting in that cage. He compared himself like the caged bird. There is no any freedom. That is the question here boy want to ask. There is no any freedom to him. He loses joy in the school, where he should have this what playing and enjoying, even what he should learn with lot of what freedom, but rules and regulations made him to lose what? Joy in the school. And he says that, means child will say, who is scared by the teachers and parents cannot forget the joy of here, scared by the teachers and parents. So, here because of what here? Fears annoy. That a fear makes what here? Teachers and parents cannot forget the joy of freedom. They should not forget. When the boy will be happy if they given what? Relax. When the latter keeps them wings locked. Wings locked. Actually, droop his tender wing means locked, tied with restrictions, and he cannot be happy with that circumstances. Then thus he remains joyless and longs for the freedom. So, forget his youthful spring. Whatever the things he should do at that age, then that will be what? Forgotten. Youthful days, spring, forget his. He cannot. He has to what? According to age, what we should do, those what things we have to. But what? The restrictions and made him not to be happy, joy. So, that is what we can see. Next year, see, O father and mother, father and mother, if birds are nipped, birds growing, birds are nipped, cut, and blossom, then nipped means cutting, blossoms, blown away, that birds, here see, if birds to be what? Birds to be live to grow in a what? They should blow in a such a manner that those flowers, birds, flowers should be look beautiful in that garden. Oh father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plant, lovable plant are stripped of their joy in the springing day, growing as a boy, springing day, by sorrow and care's dismay. Here, by sorrow, sad, and care's dismay. Once again, what here? Trouble, dismay, fear. So that is what here. Now, oh father and mother, if birds are nipped. So here pinched, nipped, pinched, and blossoms blown away. Here stripped means removed, stripped. Then what here? Dismay, discourage of what here? Boy. So what we can see in this fifth stanza, boy is in what? Directly conversation with his parents. He will ask parents and he will says that if like a flowers, birds, the children freedom is snatched away and its flowers blown away, and if newly grown twigs are removed at a time of spring. So here that is the right age them to grow with lot of freedom, enthusiasm. What happens? How it will be pinched, removed, like that. If they do, maybe the rules and regulations of what institution and also restrictions of parents, how can he enjoy? Here enjoy will impact in their enjoyment, will impact in their mind to think more and grow freely. A lot of ideas may come in their mind. Even their talented will be what? This talent will be what? Come up. But what he felt, maybe the restrictions of parents, maybe the rules and regulations of what institutions, schools, what and how you should grow in that age is unable because of that. So he is telling that. He is telling that like the flower plant will be left in sorrow and dismay. See, if it is what? Here tender plants are removed. How can that plant grow? Removed. Of their joy in the springing day. So in that spring season, that all this nature will be looking so beautiful. So here compared that what? Spring season to this what? Growing, that child, how he will be growing, that he will be not what? Looking how in the season, spring, this nature looks beautiful, and it impact everyone to be what? Pleasure, to get pleasure, looking happy, will not be. So at that age, boys, that is what? That age is to be grown with lot of what? Freedom, but it is not there. So that he want to say, by sorrow and care's dismay. So that is what here once again he felt lot of depression because of what that made the rules him to be upset. But in first stanza what we saw enthusiastic views in his mind, remaining stanzas we cannot, because that school made him to be what, look him like a what, in a depression mood. Okay, that is what. Then here last, how shall the summer arise in joy? Summer arise in joy, or the summer's fruits appear. We cannot, if they grow with this water, comparing what here, a plant, what, pouring water, what, getting proper sunlight, time to time caring, then we can expect fruit from that plants. Same thing here. How shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer's fruits appear? Cannot be expected. Keep expectation on children's if we go on putting lot of restriction. Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy? Here, how shall we gather what griefs destroy? So here, what we expect will not be. That fruits appear means good life will not be expected. And what happens? It may take to what here? Wrong path. Griefs destroy, or bless the mellowing year when the blasts of winter appear. Question mark. That is what here, how this season is compared to that boy, growing boy, that also we can see in this poem. So once again here what in this sixth one, according to the poet, how summer can be joyful when the buds of flowers are cut. Means that boy will not be what happy. The flowers thrives away and the twigs removed away, the fruit of summer would never appear. If we what? Nipped, stripped, how can we expect here? Fruit of summer would never appear. We cannot expect on him. What we will be kept expectation on our children will not be written. So, according to what? Will, wish and will, and what is required to that age, they should do. If we go on imposing restrictions, they may not grow. Thus, how the plants would be able to get the fruit which has been destroyed. Here plant means children would be able to get the fruit which has been destroyed. Will not be. If ourselves we will become to destroy our children. So that I want to say. Remember one thing, poet is not against education, but some rigid rules he is very much aware that some rules in some institution made like that, or children should think like that, but poet is not against of this what education. So that is what here. And last here in this, it is metaphorical. The schoolboy compares the children to the spring, metaphor. So figurative, alankarika. What? The schoolboy compares the children to the spring plants which have been destroyed. Means usually that children will lose their joy and what they have in their mind to become will not be because of some circumstances, restrictions of that. According to him, like the flowers, the children's too, poet want to say, like the flowers, the children too need freedom for efficient growth. They too, required to grow with a lot of freedom. If their freedom is snatched away and their joy, means birds are cut off their joy because of schools. Because of schools, so many that enjoyment they are just losing. They will never be able to get proper education and hence serve the society. Serve the society. That is very important. ಅವರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳು ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಆ ಮಗು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಬೇಕಂತಂದರೆ ಅವನು ಸಂತೋಷದ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಆ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬೆಳೆದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವನಿಗೆ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನು ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಗೋ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ, ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ನಿಯಮಗಳು, ಆ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಿಯಮಗಳು, ಆ ನಿಯಮಗಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಆ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಇರಬೇಕಾದಂಥ, ನಗನಗ್ತಾ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ನಗು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹುದೂರ ಹೋಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಮತ್ತು ದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಆ ಒತ್ತಡದಿಂದ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಎಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಕಳಿಬೇಕು, ನಗ್ನಗ್ತಾ ಆ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲಿತು ಆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಹುಡುಗ ಆ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, ಸಂತೋಷದ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಮಾಯವಾಗ್ತವೆ. ಅಂದ ಮಾತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕವಿಗಳು ಈ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥದ್ದು, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಅದೇ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ವಿತ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ನಗ್ನಗ್ತಾ ಅವನು ಕಲಿಯಬೇಕು ಹೊರತು ಆ ಒತ್ತಡದಿಂದ ಕಲಿತಾಗ, ಆ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಒತ್ತಡ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವನ ಯೋಚನೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಆ ಮಗು ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವನು ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ದುಃಖದ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, ಒಂಥರ ನೋವು. ಆ ಮೊದಲು ಸ್ಟಾಂಜನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ಗಿಡ ಮರಗಳು, ಕಣಿವೆ, ಗುಡ್ಡ, ಆ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಹುಲ್ಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಥರ ನಲಿನಲಿತಾ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ ಆವಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಷಣ ಇತ್ತು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಮಾಯವಾಗ್ತವೆ. ಡ್ರಿವ್ ಅವೇ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ go away. That joy will not be found in school. Why? Because of what? Some restrictions. So happily, like outside, even in this four wall, he should learn with lot of happy. Then only he can, in future, he can serve society. That he want to say in this poem. So read thoroughly, any meaning in that, glossary will be there in that after this poem. Next page will be question answers will be there. You read question answers, and 1 mark questions you can write answers. If it is a paragraph questions, write yourself that in a proper way relevant to that what question. And even the meaning, tough meaning, no need to go for this what search in that dictionary. Even there itself a glossary they will be given. See that glossary's words, meanings of that words, given words in that glossary column. Then 1 mark questions will be there. You try to answer that 1 mark question and also paragraph questions and do yourself. And any doubt means you read once again. Whatever I explained, it is enough. Even though if you read this poem once again, you will get what easy to understand. So that is what I want to say, and let us see in my next class another topic. Thank you.